I want to read this thing here, this one email that I didn't get to. And it's for you, Doug. It's for you. And I'm glad your boyfriend's writing in again. That's really sweet. Hey, Kurt, there's now a battle going on for the position of Sideshow Doug's #1 fan. I watch him every week and think he's just the greatest. You're not so bad yourself, Kurt. Wink, wink. But Doug's double glasses idea is what gets to me. It just makes him look so hot. I don't know who that other psycho was that emailed thinking she or he, thank you for clearing that up, was his #1 fan. They obviously doesn't know about me. Alright, no comment. I'll do anything to prove that I'm his biggest fan. In caps, I love you, Doug.
Wow.
Yes, that's pretty sweet. But you know what? Enough of that mushy crap on this show. What's that? Oh, okay. Because obviously it was some... Yeah, forget it. We'll get to that later. We got a great video segment. Last year you might have noticed a video segment about a horrible monster known as Robodrac. And Vin O'Neil, the host of the show who's looking for Robodrac, has made a video segment for us. He's a great guy. A little bit, but he's a great guy. So we've got this video segment here, so why don't you check it out. It's hilarious.
Right. Hi, everyone. Vin O'Neil here, once again, to say today, happy holidays. In fact, we're going to be carving a pumpkin. Now, needless to say, normally you think carving a pumpkin can be one heck of a holiday treat. But by Wallaby, it could be the most dangerous thing in the world you could be doing if you're not safe. In fact, Robodrac is attracted to pumpkins. You say, how? Well, in fact, I won't even explain it. It's that crazy. So, right, let's get down to marking our pumpkin. First thing we're going to do is mark the very top part of it of where we're going to do the cut. Now remember, this isn't brain surgery, so all you got to do is mark the incision of where you wish to cut the top off. There. Now, let's take a look at our tools and what we're going to use today. Right here, we got a nice skinner knife. In this little pouch, we've got our sweet little baby knife for making all the small cuts. And here we got our Swiss Army knife, because you know everybody is in the Swiss Army. We've got our latex gloves and our big metal spoon. But first, the thing we're going to be using to start our initial cut is my good old buck knife. Remember, carving a pumpkin and using knives, you have to be safe. You don't want to take your own finger off. Then, how are you supposed to hunt the Robodrac? In fact, if you're missing some fingers, it's going to be pretty darn impossible to even run from the Robodrac. Me and Mel Gibson would go out and we would carve pumpkins all Halloween. The initial incision made. Let's pry this little boy up. Oh, jeez. Right, well, it doesn't seem to want to come up correctly. Right. Here comes the top of the pumpkin. Ooh, look at that delicious boy. By crikey, she's a beauty. Let's just scoop this right on into our own trash can here. Delicious. Let's set aside the top for later so that we can put it back on when we put that candle inside and we're all finished. My, she is a thick one. Now, well, we'll drain it out, all the innards. Let's put on our latex gloves so as not to get our hands all dirty and sticky. Why, I almost feel like a doctor. That should just about do it. Now, if we can get a shot inside this pumpkin here, this thing's thicker than a tube sock. By crikey, this is gonna be difficult. All right, very next step we gotta do is we gotta mark out where exactly we're gonna be doing our cuts. So once again, we take a handy dandy marker. Actually, let's use this marker. And draw out a nice rough sketch of what the Robodrac looks like on the side of this pumpkin. It seems my pen doesn't want to write on the pumpkin. Perhaps it's afraid of the Robodrac. Or perhaps it's just a piece of trash. Right. Let's go with the piece of trash. This is why Vinny here always carries a spare marker. What's that out here? Why, it's a dingo. Maybe it ate your baby. That's an Australian joke. Watch me wrestle the dingo with my own hands. Come here. Ah. Wow. Oh, come here. Ah, dingo. I got you, dingo. I got you, dingo. Come here. I scared her away, I did. Take that, you dingo. That'll teach you to eat our babies, eh? Anyway, back to the pumpkin. Right. Now this is what our finished pumpkin will look like once we get done to draw. Now comes the funnest part. Let's start cutting. Right, now let's start our initial cuts here and here using our Skinner knife. Remember, kids, I'm a professional and don't use knives at home without adult supervision. Carving a Robodrac pumpkin or a Drac-o-lantern, as I like to call it, is really hard work. One more big chunk to go. Out like a light. Well, that was some hard work, but look at that. It's Robodrac. It's finally taken form. Now all we gotta do is clean out all his defining features so that from far away, we'll say, hey man, that's a Robodrac. Well, since we're dealing with such small areas, we're gonna have to finely tune and picket these, and that could take hours, even days. This should be great fun. By crikey. Right, well that just about does it for me, Vin O'Neil, the Drac Hunter, for this segment. But, let's say, we did have much fun, and we were very safe carving up this pumpkin here for the holiday season. You too at home can try and carve yourself your very own Drac-o-lantern. It's fun and easy. Now, remember, stay safe and always keep a lookout for Robodrac.
Doing it with the greatest of ease. Woo! Guitar solo. That's the spot I like it now. Carving with the other hand. Happy Halloween! It's carving the pumpkin, yeah.